Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Friday, July 21st, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Arizona Diamondbacks vs Cincinnati Reds. Henry has been a more erratic pitcher on the road this season, but he has still been able to strike out batters and limit home runs. The Reds have traditionally hit well against lefties, but their batting average in July suggests that their offense is still struggling. The Diamondbacks have hit well at night, and Lively has been worse at night. I expect the Diamondbacks to win the series opener. Take the Diamondbacks money line. As noted, neither pitcher has exhibited the consistency to feel confident that they'll give a strong 5 innings, but both of these offenses sit bottom 10 in terms of driving runners home. What's more, the Reds have struggled to see the ball in July, and the same can be said for the Diamondbacks. With Lively having the ability to get hot and get the Ks rolling and Henry's hot hand of late, I think the pitchers give each offense fits here and keep this under the high total. Under 10.5 points. New York Mets vs Boston Red Sox. The Mets have a better interleague record than the Red Sox, and their starting pitcher, Kodai Senga, has been better than the Red Sox's starting pitcher, Cutter Crawford. Senga is 4-3 with a 3.97 ERA and a .231 batting average against an interleague play, while Crawford is 0-1 with a 5.60 ERA and a .257 opposing batting average in 8 games, 4 starts, at Fenway Park this year. I believe the Mets will win this game. Both offenses have been clicking throughout the last 10 games, as New York is scoring 4 runs per game, while Boston is averaging 6.6 runs per game in that stretch. These bullpens have been getting hit a bunch as the Red Sox are 10th in the majors with a 3.82 reliever ERA, while the Mets are 20th with a 4.23 bullpen ERA so far this year. Go with over 9.5 runs in this game, as it seems to make the most sense in Fenway Park. Our total pick is over 9.5 runs. New York Mets vs Boston Red Sox. The Mets have a better interleague record than the Red Sox, and their starting pitcher, Kodai Senga, has been better than the Red Sox's starting pitcher, Cutter Crawford. Senga is 4-3 with a 3.97 ERA and a .231 batting average against an interleague play, while Crawford is 0-1 with a 5.60 ERA and a .257 opposing batting average in 8 games, 4 starts, at Fenway Park this year. I believe the Mets will win this game. Both offenses have been clicking throughout the last 10 games, as New York is scoring 4 runs per game, while Boston is averaging 6.6 runs per game in that stretch. These bullpens have been getting hit a bunch as the Red Sox are 10th in the majors with a 3.82 reliever ERA, while the Mets are 20th with a 4.23 bullpen ERA so far this year. Go with over 9.5 runs in this game, as it seems to make the most sense in Fenway Park. Our total pick is over 9.5 runs. Los Angeles Dodgers vs Texas Rangers. These offenses have shown a small difference in terms of production in the month of July, as the Dodgers are scoring 5.86 runs in their 14 games this month, while the Rangers are averaging 5.2 runs during 15 July games. There is a slight difference between these relievers, as Los Angeles is 19th in the majors with a 4.21 reliever ERA, while Texas is 24th with a 4.42 bullpen ERA so far. All in all, go with the Los Angeles Dodgers to pick up a victory. When looking at the last 7 starts for these pitchers, they are struggling right now. Tony Gonsolin is 2-2 with a 5.59 ERA and a 1.27 WHIP in 37 innings in that span, while Andrew Heaney is 2-3 with a 5.13 ERA and a 1.47 WHIP over 33.1 innings of work. These offenses as of late have shown they are going to put up runs, as Los Angeles is averaging 6.56 runs in their last 9 games, while Texas is scoring 5.1 runs in their previous 10 games. Go with over 9.5 runs in this game. The Braves and Brewers have had very different results in recent times, but this game could be a preview of a potential playoff series. The Braves have won 6 of their last 10 meetings with the Brewers, and they have the second best pitching staff and 4th best lineup in baseball. I believe the Braves will win this game. Take the Braves with the money line. Despite Atlanta's propensity to pile on plenty of runs, they were somewhat stifled over the last 2 series by Chicago and Arizona, and with the under sitting at 6-4 in their past 10 head-to-head meetings, these could be some very fun pitchers' duels. For the Braves, the under sits at 6-4 in their past 10 games, while the under sits at 7-3 for the Brewers over that time, and while both lineups have the ability to do damage, the elite pitching staffs will keep these as close, low-scoring affairs. Keep it simple, take the under. Chicago White Sox vs Minnesota Twins. The Twins and White Sox have split their 6 games so far this season, and both teams have a good starting pitcher going tonight. However, I believe the Twins will win this game. Ryan has been much better than Lynn this season, and he has been especially good at home. The White Sox are also coming off a tough road trip, and they may be feeling a little tired. Take the Twins on the money line. In the 6 games already played this season, these two have combined to average just 7.2 total runs per game, with the under going 3-1. The first 3 games that were played in Minnesota saw no game with a total score greater than 7. Lance Lynn started one of those, a 4-3 win in favor of the Twins. Ryan was masterful against the Sox lineup the last time he faced them, allowing just 1 hit. Lynn, when he faced the Twins, struck out 10. Combined, these starters gave up just 3 runs in their respective starts against each other's teams, and both of those games were under the total. As this will be. Take the under. Los Angeles Angels vs Pittsburgh Pirates. In the not-too-distant past of the 2023 season, the Pirates were battling with the Milwaukee Brewers for first place in the NL Central Division. Fast forward to the present day, and the Pirates have sunk back down into last place and come into this series with a record of 42-54. The Pirates just wrapped up a 3-game series in which the Bucks dropped 2 of 3 games to the Guardians. On Wednesday, the Pirates were able to end a 5-game losing streak with a 7-5 win over Cleveland. The Bucks rallied for 5 runs in the 7th inning to pick up the win. Pirates heading out west. I would have expected the odds here to suggest taking advantage of the run line, but you can get a decent payout utilizing the money line. Ohtani should be fully recovered from his blister issues here, and the rust was shaken off in his last start after not pitching for nearly 2 weeks. The Angels come in after sweeping the Yankees and are certainly going to make their last push to justify going all in and trying to make the playoffs with Ohtani rather than trading away their superstar. The Pirates have fallen hard and now sit in last place in the NL Central Division and have lost 5 of their last 6 games. I expect Ohtani to get deep into this outing and keep the Pirates at bay. Pittsburgh is hitting just .210 over the last 6 games and have struck out 51 times. Look for the Angels to put up some decent numbers against Oviedo, who has an ERA close to 5 on the road. Take the Angels with a money line of -165. If you want to get a bit more aggressive, the -1.5 run line is worth a look. The Los Angeles Angels head into this series fresh off of a 3-game sweep of the New York Yankees and perhaps having squelched the rumors of potentially dealing Shohei Ohtani at the trade deadline. The Angels are now 1 game over .500 at 49-48 and still within 4.5 games of the final wildcard spot. On Wednesday afternoon, the Angels downed the Bombers 7-3 as rookie pitcher Chase Silseth went 5.2 innings while allowing just 1 run and striking out 10 for his 2nd career MLB win. Our total pick is over. Houston Astros vs Oakland Athletics. The A's, both on and off the field, are having a miserable year and hope to avoid finishing the season with baseball's worst record. J.P. Sears has stepped up in his recent starts but has struggled on the season, allowing 50 runs in 106 innings pitched. In addition, with a .453 expected opponent slugging percentage, a 12.2 barrel percentage, and a 4.44 expected ERA, opponents are making hard contact and crushing pitches against Sears to easily drive in runs. The A's are looking to step up at home, but the Astros look to make a push in the division and control this game from the first inning. The Astros should drive in runs at will with Chas McCormick, Kyle Tucker, and the rest of the lineup making hard contact and powering the ball against J.P. Sears and the rest of the A's pitchers to easily drive in runs. The Astros should limit the A's lineup, which averages only 3.60 runs per game, with Framber Valdez pitching multiple scoreless innings to allow the bullpen to close out the game with a comfortable lead. The Astros should win the game and cover the spread in a dominant win on the road. The Astros are having a great season and hope to win the division for the 3rd year in a row. Framber Valdez has struggled in recent starts but is putting together a strong season, allowing only 41 runs in 117.1 innings pitched while tossing 129 strikeouts. Additionally, with a .393 expected opponent slugging percentage, a 5.9 walk rate, and a 3.92 expected ERA, opponents are making weak contact and struggling to drive in runs against Valdez this year. Our total pick is over. Seattle Mariners vs Toronto Blue Jays. Thursday's games have been excluded from the analysis, and the 53-43 Toronto Blue Jays hosted the San Diego Padres, hoping to avoid a sweep in a 3-game interleague set at Rogers Center. After a heavy 9-1 defeat in Tuesday's opener, the Blue Jays suffered a tough 2-0 loss on Wednesday, mustering just 6 hits against Yu Darvish and the Padres bullpen. I'll take Toronto at plus money, even though this is a tough spot for the Blue Jays. Both teams played on Thursday, and the Blue Jays had to take a long trip after a tough home contest against the San Diego Padres. The Mariners know Yusei Kikuchi very well and are 7 for 28 with 4 doubles and a home run against their former teammate. On the other side, Bryce Miller meets the Blue Jays for the first time and will have a tall task to keep one of the most dangerous lineups in the American League in check. Both bullpens have been shaky since the All-Star break. The Mariners relievers have recorded a 4.01 ERA and 4.83 FIP in 24.2 innings of work, and the Jays bullpen has compiled a 4.05 ERA and 5.24 FIP across 20 innings pitched. But, for the month of July, the Blue Jays pen is 6-1 with 6 saves, 2.84 ERA, and 3.55 FIP, and the Mariners pen sits at 2-2 with 5 saves, 3.02 ERA, and 3.92 FIP. Both teams have plenty of dangerous arms, and I'm backing the Jays lineup to make a difference. Take the Jays with the money line. The 47-48 Seattle Mariners played the Minnesota Twins on Thursday, looking to tie a 4-game series at T-Mobile Park. After a 7-6 victory in Monday's opener, the Mariners have dropped 2 straight games, 10-3 and 6-3. Seattle has gone 2-4 since the All-Star break, and the Mariners were 5.5 games behind the Blue Jays in the wild card race on Thursday. Our total pick is over.